Hi guys, welcome to Mr. versus Mrs. LaGrasso versus LaGrasso, right here on Vince Russo's The Brand and a Big Vito Brand audio. I'm the Mrs. part. I am Noel. That guy over there, he's the Mr. part. He's Big Vito. Oh, he must have been working out today. Hello, Big Vito and your guns. What is going on?
What is going on, peoples?
What is up with you? I am away from home again. I have come to the state of Pennsylvania to babysit my nephew, Morty, so my sister can teach band camp. So here I am in my Pennsylvania best.
I'm telling you, and with the Amish behind you in the fields.
Right? There's Amish everywhere up here.
Cooking fresh eggs on the griddle.
Right?
Telling you. I saw, and you had meat, you had bacon, you had eggs, you had pig.
On the farm, son. Down on the farm.
I'm telling you. And the corn we stole from last year from the fields, from the harvest, was good.
You see my new hat?
Yes, very nice.
This is Boston College. This is where my dad went to college at.
Oh, really? Your daddy gave it to you?
Yes, my daddy gave it to me.
Oh, my God. Weak.
My daddy loves me. And my sister gave me cool stuff for my birthday. I got a new... My birthday's on the 15th. I got a new Mickey and Minnie bag. I got a Golden Girls cookbook. I got some shirts. Like I'm just out here chilling in the wilderness. You don't even know how cool I am right now.
I'm telling you. I mean, that's why you're going to stay there for a while. You enjoy life.
Well, I'm a little sad because I wanted to come home for my birthday, but there wasn't like any flights. So I only booked it one way. But I'll be back on the 18th. You're going to miss me, I'm sure.
No, you're coming back on the 20th.
No, the 18th.
You changed it today.
No, I didn't.
What are you talking about?
It's the 18th.
Weren't you looking at flights on the 20th?
18th. There wasn't any flights on the 20th. Remember? Look at you trying to bump the thing up. Why? What are you up to? That you're trying to like bump everything up. What are you up to?
Listen, baby. You know how things are here in the crib. You know what I mean?
Oh, I heard how things are in the crib because I got a text message or two today.
You got one text message, big whoop.
Do you know that it's one text message or was it a text message or two?
Baby, you know what happens when I'm out and about and I'm looking, I'm looking good,
What were you doing today? Oh, I know what you were doing. I even guessed you had your shirt unbuttoned, 7 buttons down to your belly button.
No, I didn't actually. I had the light blue one on. The very nice light blue with the light blue
shirt. Around the grill, telling everybody how you had swag at the country club. I heard about these things.
I had swag. They know I got swag. I didn't have to say it.
Oh, no, I heard you were advertising. That's the rumor going around, is that you were advertising your swag.
Everybody knew my Versace's were in check.
Vito, that will bring me to another subject after I announce that you have indeed won last week's vote. Don't look so proud. It was such a dingy vote. What do men call their penis? Like, that's such a dingy vote. And you said men don't call their penis.
Exactly, because I was right.
I think everybody's lying. And there were plenty of people that told me on the kayfabe that they did have names for their bird.
Stop it. Stop it. You know how many ridiculous names there were, and how many guys go, I call it Russell the Love Muscle. Yes, your mother, your father, everybody's Russell.
Yeah, there were some names that came up what I call my Batman. Like, there were some strange
jackass. You're jackass.
There were some strange comments on the vote, but I got a good kick out of it.
And you want to know what was the worst?
What?
All the guys who have names for it are no ass getting motherfuckers.
How do you know that? You don't know what anybody gets. You're not around.
Because when you got to name something, that means you have time on your hands. When you don't have a name for it, you just know you're busy.
Well, you have a name for yours.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You call it your friend.
My friend. But what am I going to say? I hate the other 2 words. I think that it's not appropriate to say.
You hate words for your D. You hate words.
When you're speaking about it, you don't speak in that context. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
But do you hate the names women call theirs? Like, do you hate those names too?
Yeah, because you get in it. That's good.
You get in it? Oh my God, Vito. Vito, today's poll is going to be interesting because you brought it up to me. And would you like to introduce what the poll is today?
Is it okay for your wife's friends to text her while she's away?
A status update on her husband, basically. She could text me, but you're saying you don't think it's okay for.
There's no reason to be on the lookout or slide into your husband's DMs when he's away because player to player, pimp to pimp, baby.
I don't know, Vito. I think it's okay to say, hey, I saw your husband at such and such a place. Like there's been women that have been a little too flirty with you where it's nice to know that my girls have my back out there.
What are you talking about? Nobody's been doing anything.
Okay, stop with your imaginary tales of things not happening. Like I've had to literally dump friends because they wanted you. And that's true. It happened recently. Oh, baby. So I think it is okay.
Did you see on Facebook, Robin, our friend, we have a mutual friend, Robin, who sells earrings, and she said that she was going to buy a leopard bag, and I said, yeah, I would buy the same bag, and then she goes, yeah, best friends.
And why was there a bell dinging? What was that?
It's just stuff happening here. Let me know what's going on.
You better recognize that you have one best friend.
Baby.
Right here. That's it. You don't need another woman best friend. Don't cross no lines, Robin. Don't cross no lines, other women. I don't need that drama. What?
But it's just like women who say, I don't have any girlfriends. I just like guy friends.
I don't trust those type of women. I don't. I'm sorry. I have all different kinds of friends. I'm friends with everybody. Unless you try to handle my husband, and then you don't need to be friends with me anymore. Then we become mortal enemies. That's the truth.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You don't need to be friends with me if you're going to hit on my husband. And honestly, I think it's okay that my friends at home text me and say, oh, I saw Vito at A, B, C, and D. He was having a drink or he was showing his swag, whatever that means. I think it's fine that they do that. Why would that not be fine?
Babe, because it just causes problems because when people don't know, when you see out and you're having a good time, you're talking to a bunch of ladies, right? And you got your game on, you're doing your thing. There's nothing wrong with it, but people observe from afar and they like to start trouble and be troublemakers.
But you don't think that you doing your thing and having your game on with women while your wife is away is a problem?
Having a conversation?
Nobody said anything about a conversation. All I know is you were showing your swag.
My lips didn't leave, my mouth for anybody.
Did anybody else's? Because see, listen, the last time I came home, there was an incident. Was there not an incident?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, yes, there was, because you had to apologize for said incident. You don't remember this?
Well, because you have been sick, you don't come out, so people think that you're not around, and I live a single life because I'm always out by myself.
That is not what the case was.
Oh, my God. Yes, it is.
We went to the Grille, and I was there sitting next to you. So please do not say this was because people thought I was dead, because that was a whole other topic. No, I was sitting right next to you at the bar, and some crazy bee who was probably 65 and loaded up comes over and goes, oh, Vito's going to pay for my drinks tonight. It starts falling all over you. And I was like, oh, no, he'll be paying for my drinks. And she goes, oh. And then we got home and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, babe, that happened.
It was inappropriate that she did that. It wasn't, because I never approached women like that. And I ain't buying no bitches drinks.
But if you're out there parading your swag from one end to the other, this is what happens.
Listen, this is what happens. Okay, I'm a very attractive man. I'm handsome. I got it going on. Body's in shape. Face is looking good. Beard is intact. The beard is money. You know what I mean? This is. Oh my God, it looks so good.
Why?
Because it has to be. Mani pedis, barbershop, gym tan laundry. I mean, it's all happening all at once for me, and it's a great feeling.
Who made you this way? Who
My
did
mother.
this to you? What am I saying, scrub?
Huh?
Like I'm just like a scrub to you? Like, oh well, I'm happening. I'm this. I'm that. Well, I don't think I look that bad. I mean, right now,
Well, we're not talking about you. We're talking about me.
but you're saying how you're all these great things and all this other stuff. I'm the best catch you got going, my friend.
Can I just say this? I'm going to say this out here, and I'm going to say this once and for all. Women have found me attractive way before you came on the scene. I've had a problem with women for a long time, way before you ever were born.
Before I was born?
Yeah.
Actually, technically, you probably did.
Thank you. Okay. So when it comes to women, it falls in my lap. I don't have to try. It's there. So for you to sit here and say, well, this, that, you just came on the scene over the last few years. I've been here for decades, girl.
12. Okay? We've been together 12 years. That's you.
But still, 12 is still in the 4 decades there. Okay? So, like, slow your roll because I'm,
Well, here's the thing. If it just falls in your lap, then why wouldn't it be okay for my girlfriends to keep an eye out for me to make sure nothing accidental?
Because it can fall in my lap and I can catch it. Oh, my God. But
no, you're not. I want you to catch it. I want you not to catch it. I want you to let it fall on the ground, and I don't want you to don my.
Wait a minute. It falls in my lap, and I don't want it to touch my pleated pants. Oh, my God.
Why are you wearing pleated pants?
Because my shorts are pressed when I leave, and I don't want it to fuck up my shoes. You know I got expensive shoes.
I understand that. My mother and I were discussing your shoes last night.
Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm very particular. I don't want nobody touching my clothes. I don't want nobody freaking hugging on me. I don't want your stank breath in my face. I just, I'm there. I'm having a good time. I'm social, I'm cordial. And that's it. I'm a gentleman all the time I go out. I never do anything to disrespect our marriage.
Right.
Disrespect you. I never do that. That's the truth. But if I'm talking to a bunch of ladies or I'm having a good time, there's nothing wrong with that. And women, oh, chick, text. No signals.
They're not tattletaling on you. They're just saying, oh, I saw your husband at such and such, what have you. And I said, oh, lovely. I know where you are. I know where you are.
And I don't hide where I am. At least if I disappeared, has anybody seen my husband? And you get the text back, no. Then you have a problem. But everybody knows where the fuck I am. I'm at the pool. I'm at the gym. I'm at the country club.
You seem to always be at Walmart every time I
Walmart or Wawa or Old Town. There's my places.
You notice your places are starting to expand.
I got to get out in the world, yo.
And you notice, though, don't you? I see you laughing because I'll tell the truth. I don't think there's a problem. If my friends text me and say, hey, I saw Vito at blank. This has been going on for years. When you lived in my hometown, you couldn't scratch your nose without somebody saying, saw Vito scratching his nose on 4th and Main. Like, am I right?
Yeah, but that causes problems in relationships, and you get the wrong impression and wrong idea because you know how women are.
Oh, how are we? Please explain how we are. I'm sure all the women listening would love to know.
Overprotective of their man when there's nothing to be overprotective about.
I don't see there being a problem if somebody goes, oh, I ran into Vito at such and such. I don't see there being, unless you were doing something that you may perceive would give a bad idea. Were you doing something you could perceive as a bad idea?
No, I'm being the social butterfly that I am.
Well, then why would you argue with somebody texting me to say, I saw Vito at such and such a location? Why would that be a problem if you weren't?
Because you're away, you're insecure.
I'm never insecure. I know.
Baby, don't lie on national TV.
We are not on national TV. We're on the Russo brand.
Don't lie.
I am not lying. I am secure. I know I'm Noel LaGrasso. I know I'm the queen of the cat fight. I know what I have going on over here.
Saying that this is not wrestling. This is not wrestling.
Oh, it isn't wrestling. It's who I am. It's in here. I
nothing
know who I am. Oh, you go ahead and make a face. You're only making a face because I'm not there to. I know who I am. I'm not insecure. I don't need to be insecure. I'm good with me. Thank you. My hair and my mani-pedi and my Versace.
Compliments to the Big Vito brand.
Oh, yeah. Always. Always.
Thank you.
Always.
Thank you.
So you seriously think it's a problem when people text and say they saw?
Because there's a misinterpretation.
Sorry, it's people.
There's a misinterpretation and there's a misrepresentation. Okay, and it's perception because people's perception are wrong.
I only would say it would be a problem if you were doing something wrong that could be perceived that way. I don't see a problem with saying that you ran into my spouse at said location. I don't see there being a problem.
No, because when they say I ran into your handsome husband.
They did. She said, I ran into the love of your life.
Thank you.
So it was nice. It wasn't you did anything wrong. It was just that you were swag.
That's swag, baby.
It was just that you were swagging around. But here's the thing, Vito. Since we can't decide on whether this is a correct approach to contact me, whatever, let's have
or anybody else out there, because I'm sure some husbands, get offended or they get upset when this happens. Like I know I see it. Like, if your husband, I'll give you a perfect example.
Okay.
You're on diets, you and your husband.
Right.
Husband goes out and says, yeah, I'm going to go move the car. All right, I'll be back. He goes to move the car, but he takes a detour and goes to Pizza Hut. Friend sees you at the Pizza Hut, says, hey, your husband's here getting a pizza. Son of a bitch is on a diet. Wait till he gets home. So, you went to move the car. Where'd you move it to? Oh, I just drove it around the block to warm it up. Really? How's the goddamn pizza that you ate on the way home?
Well, maybe. He shouldn't have ate the pizza because he was on a diet. It was inappropriate for him to eat the pizza.
Maybe son of a bitch was hungry and she ain't feeding him.
Maybe he's on a diet and he shouldn't be eating those type of
That's
things.
the whole thing.
But you're saying it's okay if nobody texts, then he doesn't get caught and it's okay?
I didn't say it was wrong that he went off the diet.
Yeah.
It was wrong.
It was wrong. But she found out that they were both on a diet together and somebody
that started a fight in the home. Yes.
It shouldn't have started a fight in the home because he lied about the pizza.
Okay. If I say I'm going out for the evening, all right, and I go to 5 clubs, and I only tell you about 2 of them, but they say I was at 3 other clubs, Vito, how come you didn't say you were at this? I said I went out to the clubs. Well, you only told me about 2. I said, but I went out to clubs. I'm not going to tell you everywhere I go. Here's where I went. Here's where I went. That's it.
Sounds like you've had this conversation before. Not with me, but it sounds like you've had this before.
I'm a professional.
I can tell. A professional fibber. Just like you're part of the Knicks, just like you bake and make candles and rap with Biggie Smalls. All Fugazi. All of it.
Baby.
All of it. None of it's real. Guys, I need you guys to vote to solve this little that we're having. Is it okay for one of my friends to text to say that they have seen Vito out? Oh, hi, I saw your husband. Or is it
your handsome, swagging husband?
Or is it wrong because Vito's going to lie about eating the pizza when he said he was driving the car around the block and then he gets
Everybody knows I don't eat pizza.
That's a lie, too. I've seen you eat many a pizza. I've eaten many a pizza with you.
Hold on. I haven't eaten pizza in over 10 months. I haven't had no garbage in 10 months.
Oh, we're not talking about your damn diet. We're talking about your scenario that you presented. You and this diet. Jesus. Is it okay for my friends to text and say, hey, I saw Vito at such and such, just to say that they saw my husband? Or is it wrong because Vito tries to hide things all the time? You guys get to vote. You got 5 days to do so, and then we'll tell you the winner right here next week on the show. Go over to Twitter at Magic Tea Spiller. That's where I am. We will have a poll up Monday at noon. That is today at noon. And you will be able to vote whether my friends can text me they've seen my husband or not. Because
Guys, remember, before you vote, guys, this vote reflects on you. Don't always protect yourself. Don't let friggin' this shit happen. Because if it happens to you, you're going to say, I remember that show when Vito and Noel were on. I should have listened to Vito. This is fucking bullshit. Why did you go for nothing? Thank you.
Guys, make smart choices. Don't be a Vito. And just tell, if you're going to go eat pizza in the car, tell your wife, hey, listen, I really need a slice, and go eat the damn pizza. Stand up. Jesus. Be a man. You want pizza?
But it's not about pizza. Now, okay. It's not about pizza, but if you're at the country club, or you're at a local bar, or you're at a dance club, or you're somewhere, and there's a bunch of females there, and you're over there having a good time, you're shooting the shit with a bunch of girls, right? And the perception is that you're trying to hit something, but all you're doing is having a conversation. When everybody knows you're married, you're devoted to your wife, but you're just being,
Honestly, can I say what I want to say here? I'm using the pizza as the example you gave, so I don't have to be crude. But now I'm going to have to be crude. If you're a married man, why are you in the clubs talking to women? That's not where you belong. And guess who taught me that? Vito Lagrasso. So where are you coming
I'm just giving a situation. Now, okay, if you're at the country club like I am, a very dignified place, and I'm talking to all the lady golfers.
Well, then it's okay, because obviously we know what lady golfers are. They're not interested in you.
They're interested in the sticks, baby.
Oh my God. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry. I can't. Go ahead.
All right, guys, listen, vote for me, vote for Noel, vote me. It's not okay. Vote for her. It's okay. Have fun with it, guys. Be smart when you say this, because it's going to come back at you if you vote against me, and karma is a bitch, and I will text your wives and let them know about the scenario.
You're not allowed.
I swear to God, I will.
Oh, you are not allowed to threaten the listeners with contacting their wife. You're not allowed. That's against the rules of the Mr. versus Mrs.
Oh my God. This is
You're such a goof. You cannot threaten to text people's wives if they don't vote for you.
Well, I'm going to text them that what they're doing on Twitter and Facebook.
Also, anybody's watching this show, if they're on Twitter, they're talking about wrestling. So you're not going to have a problem. The women are safe. Nobody's doing anything on Twitter. Oh, my God. That should be another vote. How many people meet people on social media behind their spouses' backs? That's a crazy amount of people.
I'm telling you. And if things get bad, if you're single, always go to midget.com.
Oh, my God. My mom and I were just talking about earlier today that, like, most people now meet people online through, like, Tinder or dating apps or midget.com or
we were having that conversation at the at the country.
Why were you talking about, like, dating apps at the Grille?
Because a lot of people are single there, and I was just giving them some advice.
Men or women?
I don't recall.
Should I ask?
They're probably all asleep or drunk.
Oh, that's possible. That is a possibility that could be. I don't know. Apparently you were there with swag. I don't know. But guys, you got a chance to vote. You got 5 days. Tell us what you think. Is it okay for my friends to text me and say they saw Vito, or is that a big no-no in the rules of life? I don't get it. Vito, is there anything else you would like to talk about? We have a few more minutes. Is there anything else you'd like to cover?
The weather in Pennsylvania, from what I understand, is very nice, and I've seen the beautiful scenery up where Noel's sister lives.
It's pouring right now, believe it or not.
Right now, but it's nice to see the country and the grass and the mowing and everything. It was very beautiful out there. Very beautiful country where they are. It
is very pretty up here. And people were asking me, because I had posted about my nightmare of trying to get to Pennsylvania. Can I talk about a little bit about my flight?
Go ahead.
Okay. So first off, I got to the airport and some random woman yelled at me. She wanted me to carry my bags, which I'm handicapped. I'm trying my best. Through this maze, there was nobody in the airport, Vito. It was empty. It was almost like in October when I flew at the height of COVID. There was not a lot of people at the airport. It was pretty empty. which is surprising. But she yelled at me and I yelled at her back. And, I'm not a Karen, but I don't like to get yelled at by strangers. I sat down. They get me through all the stuff. I get up and my flight had gotten delayed when I got in my Uber. It was a delayed, what was it? More than an hour, like an hour and 20 minutes or something. Right. So then I run into a person that I'm not speaking to while I'm standing in line and her family, which was awkward, right? Very awkward. If you see somebody that doesn't like you or that you've had a falling out but used to previously be friends, I think the polite thing to do is to just say, hello, how are you? How you doing? I hope you're well. Am I right?
Yep, it is.
Now, that didn't happen, but I was okay with it. But here's the part that got me, okay? Weather was really bad. There were a lot of storms coming up. And I'm sitting next to a couple, right? Right? I told you about this. First off, I sat next to a lady who went to grab her seatbelt and instead grabbed a huge handful of my butt. Not even a little, a whole handful. But then the guy next to her sat down and he started crying. And apparently it was her boyfriend. And he starts crying and he cried for over an hour on the plane. And I don't mean like boo-hoo-hoo. I mean moaning and crying. And she didn't seem concerned about it. It didn't seem to bother her one bit. But Vito, here's what got me. He was wiping his tears with a sock. That's disgusting a little, right? Yeah, so that was really, really gross. He cried. It made me nervousy. And the woman kept asking me, do you know what time we're going to land? Like, I'm part of the flight crew. I had no idea. We kept getting delayed and moved around and whatever. And then when I finally got to Philadelphia, they lost my walker. And then it took them forever to find where they put it. It was on the plane with me, but they didn't know where it was or where it went. That was my flight home. Do you think I'll have a better flight back? I actually switched airlines.
Absolutely.
I switched airlines. I always fly the same airline. I switched airlines. It bothered me that much the way things were handled on the plane. I actually am flying home a different airline.
I think you'll be fine.
I think so. It was smooth, even though the weather was bad. But the guy crying was the icing on the cake.
All right, let's close the show. It was another great show, guys. Vote for me. Vote for Noel. Vote for me. No text messages while you're out and about. Vote for her. It's okay to have spies while your husband's out. You got 5 days, 5 days, 5 days. Okay? Make a wise choice, fellas, because this could happen to you.
And Vito LaGrasso will not text your spouse. I guarantee you that will not happen. I will not let him text your spouse. Guys, remember, we are on Patreon. We have lots of good programs on our Patreons. Patreon.com/TheBigVitoBrand. We've got MOB, Men of Business, talk about men's topics, talk about sports. There's lots of matches. Virtue's Rage is on there now. I'm going to have some stuff coming up. Vito and I like to do I Love Vito. You want to do I Love Vito with me this week?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Once your spies go to sleep.
We'll get back to you on that one, but we like to do I Love Vito. We've got some other stuff coming on, so some interviews coming up. That's all on patreon.com/TheBigVitoBrand. Every Sunday night, Vito is on twitch.tv/TheBigVitoBrand with Virtue and Getting Color, where they talk about all the big wrestling news of the week. So that will air on Twitch. And as always, you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts or on TheBigVitoBrand.com. Vito, I will see you back here next week on Mr. versus Mrs.
Peace out, peeps.